Anselm's Monologium on the Being of God. Chapter 28. The Spirit exists simply, and created beings are not comparable with Him. It seems to follow, then, from the preceding consideration, that the Spirit, which exists in so wonderfully singular and so singularly wonderful a way of its own, is in some sort unique, while other beings which seem to be comparable with it are not so. For by diligent attention it will be seen that Spirit alone exists simply and perfectly and absolutely, while all other beings are almost non-existent and hardly exist at all. For seeing that of the Spirit, because of its immutable eternity, it can in no wise be said, in terms of any alteration, that it was or will be, but simply that it is. It is not now, by mutation, anything which it either was not at any time, or will not be in the future. Nor does it fail to be now what it was or will be at any time. But whatever it is, once for all, and simultaneously and interminably. Seeing, I say, that this existence is of this character, it is rightly said itself to exist simply and absolutely and perfectly. But since, on the other hand, all other beings, in accordance with some cause, have at some time been, or will be, by mutation, what they are not now, or are what they were not, or will be at some time, and since this former existence of theirs is no longer a fact, and that future existence is not yet a fact, and where in their existence in a transient and more brief and scarcely existing present is hardly a fact, since then they exist in such mutability, it is not unreasonably denied that they exist simply and perfectly and absolutely, and it is asserted that they are almost non-existent, that they scarcely exist at all. Again, since all beings, which are other than the Spirit Himself, have come from non-existence to existence, not to themselves, but to another, and since they return from existence to non-existence, so far as their own power is concerned, unless they are sustained through another being, is it consistent with their nature to exist simply or perfectly or absolutely, and not rather to be almost non-existent. And since the existence of this ineffable Spirit alone can in no way be conceived to have taken inception from non-existence, or to be capable of sustaining any deficiency rising from what is in non-existence, and since, whatever he is himself, he is not through another than himself, that is, than what he is himself, are not his existence alone to be conceived of as simple and perfect and absolute. But what is too simply and on every ground solely perfect, simple, and absolute, this may very certainly be justly said to be in some sort unique, and, on the other hand, whatever is known to exist to a higher cause, and neither simply, nor perfectly, nor absolutely, be scarcely to exist, or to be almost non-existent, this absolutely may be rightly said to be in some sort non-existent. According to this course of reasoning, then, the creative spirit alone exists, and all creators are non-existent. Yet there are not wholly non-existent, because through that Spirit, which alone exists absolutely, they have been made something from nothing.